Hello, welcome, fellow cosmic voyagers. Today we're diving into 10 mind-bending geography facts that will change how you see our planet. Let's peel back the layers of common knowledge and look at Earth with fresh eyes, the eyes of a cosmic inquirer. Let's begin. When you picture Earth suspended in the vastness of space, what comes to mind? You probably imagine a perfect sphere, a flawlessly round ball, smooth and uniform in every direction. It's a natural assumption, reinforced by countless images and illustrations. But in reality, our planet is an oblate spheroid, a term that might sound a bit technical, but it simply means slightly squashed at the poles, like someone gently pressing down on the north and south ends, and conversely bulging at the equator, creating a subtle but measurable widening around Earth's middle. This shape is caused by Earth's rotation, a constant spin that generates what we call centrifugal force, pushing outwards at the equator, much like how water spins out when you whirl a bucket around. This outward force is strongest at the equator due to its greater distance from the axis of rotation. The difference? It might not be as dramatic as you think, but it's definitely there. The equator is about 42 kilometers wider than the pole-to-pole diameter. That's roughly the distance of a marathon. This bulge affects everything from sea level, which isn't a perfectly uniform surface, to the precise orbits of satellites that circle our planet, constantly adjusting for the subtle variations in Earth's gravitational field. So, next time you see a globe or a map of the world, remember, Earth's true shape is a dynamic balance between gravity, pulling everything towards the center, and the centrifugal force of its spin, pushing outwards. It's a cosmic dance that has shaped our planet over billions of years. Our planet's imperfection, this slight deviation from a perfect sphere, is not a flaw but rather a sign of its restless energy, its constant motion, and the powerful forces at play. The world beneath your feet, the very ground you stand on, is shaped by these immense cosmic forces, a testament to the ongoing processes that continue to mold our planet. Gravity, that invisible force that keeps us grounded, isn't the same everywhere on Earth. It might seem constant, but subtle variations exist across the globe. These differences, though small, offer fascinating insights into our planet's hidden structure and history. In certain places like Canada's Hudson Bay, you'll find that gravity is measurably weaker than the global average. This means that theoretically, you'd weigh slightly less if you stood on the shores of Hudson Bay compared to, say, somewhere in the Andes Mountains. The difference is minuscule, but detectable with sensitive instruments. Why does this happen? The primary reason is that the region was once crushed under the immense weight of a massive glacier, known as the Laurentide ice sheet, during the last ice age. This colossal ice sheet, miles thick in places, exerted tremendous pressure, which dented and deformed the Earth's crust beneath it. Think of it like pressing your finger into a soft ball of clay. Even after the ice melted and retreated thousands of years ago, its impact remains. The land is still in the process of rebounding, slowly rising back up after being compressed for so long. This process, called post-glacial rebound, is incredibly slow. Because the crust is still depressed, there's less mass beneath your feet in the Hudson Bay area compared to other regions. With less mass pulling on you, the gravitational force is slightly weaker. But the story doesn't end there. Deep mantle currents, the slow, churning movement of molten rock far beneath the surface, also play a role in these gravitational variations. These currents can exert forces on the Earth's crust, subtly pulling it downward in some areas. These gravity anomalies, these subtle variations in gravitational pull, are like windows into Earth's dynamic interior, offering clues about the processes happening deep within our planet. Our planet's surface is constantly being shaped and reshaped, not only by the forces we can readily see, like weather and erosion, but also by the legacy of ancient ice ages, and by the slow, powerful churn of rock far below, a hidden engine driving geological change. Even gravity, that seemingly constant force, tells a story of Earth's restless past and its ever-evolving present. It's a reminder that our planet is a dynamic and complex system full of surprises waiting to be uncovered. Mount Everest is the highest point above sea level, but it's not the closest to space. That title goes to Mount Chimborazo in Ecuador, thanks to Earth's equatorial bulge. Chimborazo sits almost on the equator where the planet bulges outward, making its summit the farthest point from Earth's center. Stand atop Chimborazo, and you're closer to the stars than anyone on Everest. Highest depends on your perspective, sea level or the planet's core. Geography is all about how you measure. When you think desert, you picture sand and heat like the Sahara. But the world's largest desert is Antarctica. A desert is defined by dryness, not temperature. Antarctica gets less than 50 millimeters of precipitation a year. Its vast ice is ancient snow, not new moisture. The Antarctic polar desert covers 14 million square kilometers, far bigger than the Sahara. Deserts can be frozen wastelands, not just sun-scorched dunes. Geography often defies our expectations. The ground feels solid, but continents drift at about 2-5 centimeters per year, the same rate your fingernails grow. Plate tectonics drives this slow-motion dance, creating mountains and earthquakes. The Atlantic Ocean widens at the pace of your nail growth. Over millions of years, this movement has shaped the world's highest peaks. Next time you clip your nails, remember you're holding a measure of Earth's restless motion. Our planet is always on the move. The Mediterranean isn't just bordered by a handful of countries. It touches 21 nations across Europe, Asia, and Africa. From Spain and France to Egypt and Israel, even tiny Monaco and Malta make the list. Some, like Bosnia and Herzegovina, have just a sliver of coast. The Mediterranean is a true crossroads, connecting 3 continents and countless cultures. Its shores have seen millennia of trade, conflict, and exchange. Geography shapes history, and the Mediterranean is proof. Next time you look at a map, count the nations on its blue edge. Russia is vast. So vast it's bigger than Pluto. Russia covers about 17.1 million square kilometers. Pluto, just 16.7 million. A single country on Earth outsizes a distant world. This comparison puts both planetary and earthly scales in perspective. We think of planets as enormous, but some are smaller than we imagine. Russia could wrap Pluto with room to spare. The universe is full of surprises, sometimes right here on Earth. Nestled far north in the Arctic Circle lies Longyearbyen, Norway, a town unlike any other. Here the sun performs a mesmerizing dance, refusing to set for a full 4 months each summer. Imagine a world bathed in constant daylight where the normal rules of day and night simply don't apply. This extraordinary phenomenon known as the midnight sun is a direct result of Earth's axial tilt. Our planet leans on its axis, and this tilt causes the sun to remain above the horizon for extended periods inside the Arctic Circle. It's a geographical quirk that transforms the lives of those who call this place home. For months on end, residents live in perpetual daylight, experiencing a world where the sun never dips below the horizon. To cope with the constant light, they rely on blackout curtains to create the darkness needed for sleep, a simple yet essential tool for maintaining a normal routine. But the story doesn't end there. In winter the opposite occurs, months of darkness descend, a period known as the polar night, where the sun remains hidden, and the landscape is lit only by the faint glow of stars. And the mesmerizing dance of the auroras, the northern lights, paint the dark sky with vibrant colors. Life here is profoundly shaped by the geometry of our planet's orbit, a constant reminder of the forces that govern our world. The familiar rhythm of day and night, something we often take for granted, isn't universal. Instead, it's a product of your specific location, a consequence of where you stand on the vast expanse of Earth. Geography, in its own unique way, can transform day into an endless night, a time of quiet reflection and stark beauty. Or conversely, it can turn night into an endless day, a period of vibrant energy and constant light. The Dead Sea, between Jordan and Israel, is the lowest dry land on Earth, 430 meters below sea level. It sits in a rift where tectonic plates pull apart, creating a deep valley. Water flows in but can only escape by evaporation, leaving behind extreme saltiness. The Dead Sea is nearly 10 times saltier than the ocean. You float effortlessly. It's a place where geology and chemistry create a truly unique environment. Even the lowest places on Earth have fascinating stories. Canada is the world's lake champion, with more lakes than every other country combined, over 1.4 million lakes larger than 10 hectares, and millions more of all sizes. Why? The last ice age. Glaciers gouged out basins which filled with meltwater. The landscape is a legacy of ancient ice, leaving a watery fingerprint across Canada. Natural dams from glacial debris created even more lakes. Canada's aquatic abundance is a direct result of its icy past. Sometimes the most dramatic geography is left behind by slow, relentless forces. So there you have it. Earth is a bulging, shifting, surprising world. These facts challenge our assumptions and reveal a planet shaped by cosmic forces. Our world is a living story written in rock, ice, and gravity. Stay curious. The universe is full of wonders, waiting to be discovered. If you enjoyed this journey, subscribe and join our community of cosmic explorers. Until next time, keep looking up and down.